As we were up in the Jacksonville area already, we decided to make a trip across the border and go to Kingsland, Georgia. And oh my gosh, am I so glad that we did. Oh, they had such amazing things. Some things I've never seen before. Some things that I've only seen at the East Jacksonville and the Kingsland, Georgia store. And it was so well laid out and it was so perfect. And it was so amazing to see some of these things. And I found a sewing machine in this store, and the picture of it comes up later. But oh my goodness gracious, this store was so well accoutered, so well laid out, and so well organized. We are coming into Georgia right now. See you in the store soon. So how many of you actually do that, where when you cross a state line, you sit there in the car and you like race each other to get across the border by putting your hands out or something? I so totally do that. I really do. This store had a lot of really cool things. Those thank you stamps were beautiful. And while I am not good at stamps that I can't see through, they were so pretty that I had to buy one. I mean, at $1 for a beautiful stamp, just can't beat that. They had the same 3 sets of poster board that the East Jacksonville store had, but they had this beautiful pink petal paper. And I don't think I've seen pink petal paper in any of these stores so far. And look at this, $1, just $1. These are 8 6x8, or maybe it's 9 6x8 foil sheets that are just beautiful. And they're $1. You cut them in half, you have, what would that be? 4x6 sheets. And that's perfect for like so many card sizes. You could make a 1/2-inch border around a 5x7 card. You could use it for the background on an A2 card. And look at this. The East Jacksonville store had this in white. And here in this store, in the Kingsland store, they have it in silver. So cool. And some notions, not a whole lot of sewing notions, but remember they did have a sewing machine. But so many, they had a whole box of these. These are different types of fasteners that are in the little containers. And when you're done with those little containers are perfect for keeping around to store things in. They did have this set of the cookie cutters that I use for polymer clay, but they can also be used for fondant cutters, and some beautiful little sunflowers. Not the first time we've seen the sunflowers, but it is the first time we've seen these gorgeous little stickers. Those little leaf stickers are amazing. They did have the egg chocolate mold, and I believe they also had the round chocolate mold, and these were so pretty. I mean, so beautiful. I actually had to stop and buy a set of these for myself because I normally don't buy those, but they were so pretty. And yes, they did have the round chocolate mold there. They had these cute little stickers with the little footies and the little hands. Oh, they were so cute. And they had daisies in those little stickers, and they also had some food, some treats, like sweets from a bakery. There they are right there. I'm about to pull them out. They were so pretty and so neat. And I loved them. They were just really cute little stickers. They'd be great for any sort of journaling that you do. They'd be great for any sort of embellishment on small cards like the little minis. That would be perfect. They had these, which are iron-on numbers that are made for jerseys. So if you have a group of people that are going to be on a team, this is the perfect thing to use to iron your numbers on your jerseys and make it, official. So, and these were really pretty little die cutouts that were big, so they would be used in like statement pieces in card making or in journals. And they had these paint mix-in sets, which was really nice. Oh, and they had another type of resin die and a resin mold in this store. Oh my gosh, wait till we get to they have the key lime pie ones again. I still have mine. I have not made it yet, but I have bought the ingredients that I need to make it. So sometime soon I'll have a short on my channel where I make it and test it and see how it is, but I'm hoping it's really good. $1 for a key lime pie mix. You just can't beat that. Of course, you do have to buy then 2 blocks of cream cheese and a tub of whipped topping, but that's okay. I mean, it's still a really interesting and really inexpensive pie, and the graham cracker crust, of course. But they had such really cool things in here. And I just want to say thank you so very much to everybody who has liked and subscribed and shared and encouraged other people to watch my videos and possibly subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate everything that y'all are doing. I really appreciate the way people are interacting with each other. I really appreciate the kindness that people are using. And I just can't say enough how humbled and how appreciative I am of all of you. And this is the other type of dye. This is the first time that I think I've seen opaque dye. Up until now, it's just been transparent dyes, but this store had opaque dyes for resin. And then they had these, you can't see it in the picture, which kind of upsets me because it was really pretty and it didn't show up, but that was glittery red stickers. And then they had these again. These were also in the East Jacksonville store. And that's the only two stores I've ever seen these in. These are Heidi Swapp date stamps that have rings that are magnetic that you can put on the outside of the date stamper so that you can have sentiments around the outside of the stamps. And I did pause the video there so you know when to pause it so you can read it. And they had the square bead resin molds again, and just gorgeous. I mean, from that one pack for $1, you get 12 resin beads when you're done making those. They had the color palette and the face makeup pads again, which I think are really cool. If you have someone who is learning how to do colors, learning how to do makeup, learning what colors go together well, that would be an excellent little test pad. So they can sit there and test it out and see what colors go together well. And that was called Amethyst Holographic Vinyl. It was really pretty, gorgeous stuff. This dollar table, that's what we are at in this store. This is the dollar table in Kingsland, had a lot of really nice things on it. Just absolutely beautiful. And just a little bit more on the dollar table because I found a couple of items that I hadn't highlighted well enough. So here we are with them again. And I hope that you enjoyed looking at these. I found this little journal and it looked really high end, very high quality. I don't know who Gary Mallon is, but that's who is the name brand on this particular journal. And it's beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. That would be such an excellent little gift for someone who is getting into journaling, that and some really nice pens so that they can, organize their thoughts or sketch out their ideas would be amazing. And this is the display that has the sewing machine on top. It was the one sewing machine, and comments on my short where I mentioned that they had a sewing machine says that this one's refurbished. So I'm not sure what good a quality it is. It is a Singer machine, so it's going to be great. It was $100. It's not the great buys that people were finding at the very beginning of the Ollie sellout where they were selling sewing machines for much cheaper. But it is still a sewing machine in an Ollie's. I did finally find one. This paper pad is amazing. It's a little 6x9 writing tablet for 80 cents. 80 cents! And you could do so many things with that. Tear the papers apart, use it in junk journaling, or you could use it in memory books. These ribbons were also beautiful, beautiful twine ribbons. And I believe they were $1.99 for that ribbon. But you could also, the Posh Paper Lady shows a lot of ways to use those beautiful papers and chipboard to make tablets like that into wonderful gifts, wonderful purse notebooks, anything like that. So, 80 cents for one of those was an incredible price. Just absolutely incredible. And if you soup it up really nicely and make it look really pretty, you could do so many things with it. So many gifts could be given. And it would be such a high-end looking gift for such an easy effort and such a low amount of money, which, all of us really need to be looking at that this Christmas. I really keep saying this Christmas is going to be a little because of what's going on. I loved this. Oh my gosh, I loved this. This gorgeous little rainbow in a shadow box, and you get to paint it whatever way you want to, and you get to put it into the shadow box and display it. That would be an amazing gift for a young person who's starting into crafting. And it's a one and done craft. You sit there, you do it, you're done, and it's not a long-term thing, and it would be a great way to introduce someone to crafting. This is the same book, but that one didn't look like it had lines in it. The first one that I saw was lined, the Gary Mallon one. So very beautiful, very wonderful. And oh my gosh, they did have a paper pad that I haven't seen in a very long time. It's this outdoors paper pad. The backgrounds are beautiful. Some of those could very easily be used as backgrounds in cards. And it was kind of paper level. It wasn't really cardstock level, but these are cardstock and they are metallic and they are Astro Designs. And I believe that's the only Astro Design set that I found in this entire store. So if they did have a whole shipment of the Astro Designs, they've been sold out, and those that were just hiding in the back and a bottom shelf just managed to avoid being bought. But now that you know that they're there, somebody's going to go pick them up, I bet. This cute little cupcake holder that we've seen in many of the stores, I believe it was $7 in this store. This is one of the items that changes price to price to price in whatever store you're in. So that's one of those to look at the price of them. And I really think that this is yellow, cyan, and magenta, which means that you can make any color from the entire spectrum with those colors, and it comes with the little tray that you can mix them together in, and I think that would be a great gift for someone who's testing out color and watercolor. They had this kit, which isn't the flowers kit that we've seen before. This one makes a wreath. And that was so pretty, and it was such a nice little idea. But again, you could use those pieces in your card making or in your journaling without using them to make a wreath. This I loved. Absolutely loved this. Not only because it's calligraphy, but look at all the different inks that come in it. I shook it down so you can see them all. And that is awesome. And I'm going to pause it on the back so that you can read exactly what comes in this kit. It was such an amazing kit. I believe it was $9 for that. And then this. Oh, this is to microwave dry flowers. And I read the instructions on it, and it takes like half an hour to dry press your flowers in the microwave, and I have not tried yet. I did buy one of them. I have not tried it yet, and I can't wait to try it because that is going to be awesome. Those mold it makers that come with 6 sheets, because I've seen them now in stores for $15, well, this is $8 for 40 additional sheets to go along with it, so that once you use the 6 that come with it, you still have more plastic sheets to use. And these were the pastels, beautiful little pastels, and they got this foam paint that we've seen in every store. If any of you have any ideas as to why my last 2 videos have not done well, would you please comment as to what you think it might have been? Because I barely made 1,000 views on my last 2 videos, and that's very uncharacteristic for my videos lately. So I would like to know what you think and what you thought of the videos, and if you have any ideas as to why they didn't do so well. Remember those chalk markers packs? I'm going to talk about them in a second, but first I want to talk about this gorgeous this Valentine's Day box kit, and I paused it so you can read everything that's in it. Just buy it now, save it for Valentine's Day. If you have if you work in an office where you transfer Valentine's Day, or a kid who goes to school, that is a full and complete kit that you can do all the Valentine's Day stuff. I keep on trying to say Halloween because we're almost there and it's my favorite holiday, but for Valentine's Day, if you know anybody who needs that, or if you have someone in your family who needs that, it's a great item, absolutely great item. I found some unicorns. I've made it an inside joke now that I look for unicorns in all of these. You know, it's not, I don't always find a unicorn. I highlight that later. It was too high on the shelf for me to want to reach up for it. But do you see it? Do you see it? Seriously, do you see it? Do you see it? So now you can get your chalk circumcised or uncircumcised. Oh, I'm so terrible. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be giving away this. This is the giveaway item for this week. This is the trimmer that I found at one of the St. Pete stores for $1, and I am going to be giving that away to one lucky winner somewhere in the United States of America, and entering is super easy. Okay, if you've already entered before, you understand how it works, and you can skip ahead to the rest of the walk with me. If not, please do listen to this part. The form has 3 parts to it. It's going to ask you to verify that you are a resident of the United States of America or one of her territories, and that you are 18 years of age or older. It is also going to ask you for your YouTube name, which is the name that you use when you comment or like or subscribe to channels. You do not have to be a creator. You have a YouTube name because you logged in. So whatever that name is, that's the one that I'm asking for. And then also it's going to ask you for a 6-character alphanumeric code, and that 6-character alphanumeric code is by far the most important part of that particular form. So if you go to the description of this video, it will link you to the video that was posted on Sunday. And in that video's description will be the link to the giveaway form. The reason I do it that way is because you might want to watch the rest of the video, because that was just a little excerpt of the details on the giveaway. And also, I need to have the rules where I put the link, and the rules are 20 rules long. And if you want to read them, they're there. They're your standard generic giveaway rules, but that way I don't have to keep putting the rules in every video that I put in. So I link back to the video that has the rules and the link to the giveaway form, so that you can see the rules if you want to, watch the video if you want to, but there's the giveaway form for you. So back to talking about the stuff in the store. This store has so much good stuff. Did you see those little cutouts? This is, I think, the first store that I've ever seen 2 different sets of those little cutouts. And what's really cool about them is they come in their own little tin. So they're perfectly easy to store and get to, and you can keep them all organized and everything, and I love that about them. That little scribble thing, you can you can paint on your own creature and then wipe it off and paint it on again. That particular chocolate mold right there, that Kaboom chocolate mold, makes a little square so that you can mold a little square to give to people. And so they had the egg in this store, they had the big round in this store, and they had the square. A few sewing notions, a little bit more vinyl. This store didn't have nearly as much vinyl as some of the stores have had as well. So the E-store, Jacksonville store, and the this store in Kingsland, Georgia. But look at this. This is 5 1-foot square sheets of Cricut foil. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. 5 different colors, and in the description down there is where I saw that it was 12 inches by 12 inches, but that's 5 sheets for $4. That is an incredible price for Cricut foil, name brand Cricut foil. Oh my goodness gracious. So wonderful, so absolutely wonderful. They had a lot of these Cricut shirts in this store. They were $1.99, and they ranged in size from the 6 to 9 months that we saw in the very not too long ago. But they also had small, medium, large for sure. They might have also had extra large, but I didn't see one. But I also didn't look really hard for them either. The green Smart Cricut vinyl, the obligatory green Smart Cricut vinyl, but this store did not seem to have the red foil Cricut vinyl. And then they had this really cool little wood piece that's a little round hanging thing. And it's just a really cool little round piece. Imagine how many different things you could do with that. You could put wreath around it, and then on the inside you could redraw whatever holiday you were looking for, and you'd have this beautiful thing. They did have the jute cord. They had a lot of it, but it comes up at the very end of this segment, and you don't see it for very long. But there it is right down there. They had a lot of it. That is $7 for 98 feet of 1.2 centimeter diameter jute cord. An incredible price, an absolutely incredible price. And here's that paint by numbers thing that I said I was going to highlight later. It is gorgeous. It is beautiful. It would be great. Another great gift for any of the holiday gift giving or any birthday gift giving, anything like that. And November has a butt ton of birthdays in it. So, they've got there's wonderful gifts at these stores, and they're really inexpensive gifts. It did have a catch-all box, so I kind of looked through it a little bit and found the tracing pad, which went over there on the other side of the store, so I went and put it away. Not on the other side of the store, but on the other side of the shelf, so I went and put it away. They had these cute little folders in there. I didn't dig too terribly hard in this little box, but it did have a few nice little tidbits in it. And they had this beautiful, it's drawing paper, but it's called Pro Art. And I don't know if this is a really nice name brand of drawing paper or not. And I think it was $4 for this pad. And it's a good size pad. It's 11 by 14, and it has several sheets in there. And if this is one of the high quality professional level ones, then I wanted to show you and let you know that it's out there. Because somebody asked if they had professional level watercolors and watercolor paper and things like that. So I've been looking for it. And if I do come across it, I'll show it to you. I show you everything that I can in these stores to hopefully get everybody covered who would be interested in going to any of these stores to buy any of these items. Again, I don't pick and choose what crafting genres are shown in my videos. I show everything that I can find because I want people to know what's really out there. I didn't see any yarn in this store, but that doesn't mean there wasn't any yarn. Sometimes I miss the aisle that has the yarn on it. Those 32 sheets of 140-pound watercolor paper, another great price, a beautiful thing from Arteza. I love Arteza. And this is something that you might not have known was in Kingsland. And I just read up on it and realized that they have now moved it. They're moving to Sandusky, Ohio. But there was a complete Star Trek screen accurate set in Kingsland, Georgia, where they have been filming Star Trek Continues. And they did have an open house one day in 2019, and Hubs and I went up there to check it out. And it was amazing to be able to walk on the set of Star Trek. It was so cool. It was so amazing. And I was going to highlight it as something you can do in Kingsland, but I had to look it up, and they even had Jeffries tubes. Look at that. They even made the Jeffries tubes. It was so cool. And one of the neatest things about this is they were working on other set props, so that's a piece that they were working on. But also, when they did an episode of Star Trek Continues, all the people who were in the episode signed their names on these panels that are behind the set. And on one of these panels is Lou Ferrigno's signature, because Lou Ferrigno was in one of the episodes. So I'm honestly thinking that there's going to be a trip to Sandusky, Ohio for Hubs and I at some point in the future. Just putting that out there. So I was going to say, hey, look what you can go see also in Kingsland, but no, you can't anymore. They're dismantling it and moving it to Sandusky, Ohio. But look at these beautiful little calendar pads and everything. It's $2. You get 3 little ones and 1 big one. And again, the Posh Paper Lady has shown some really cool things to do with these small planners. So you get the nice big calendar, plus you get these 3 small planners that you can use with the Posh Paper Lady's ideas, or just as they are, or use your own ideas, and you can give them as gifts, keep them for yourself, whatever you want to do with them. Just very cool. And for $2 for a calendar and 3 little planners, that's amazing. And they had so many pretty colors and so many pretty designs. I mean, just all of them were just picture perfect, photo beautiful, absolutely amazing. So there we are. That's the end of this store. Thank you so very much to everyone who is watching. Thank you so much for liking, subscribing, sharing, encouraging people you know who are like-minded, who would also be interested in the content that I am providing. And I appreciate every one of you. Absolutely. You have humbled me so much, and I am so grateful for each and every one of you. And I hope that every one of you has an awesome and amazing rest of whatever time of the day it is that you're watching this. So cheers and happy crafting.